The word even tells us, fret not. It come back, he said, neither be thou envious. Trust, do good, delight thyself also in the Lord. Commit thy ways, trust, rest, wait patiently, cease from anger, forsake wrath. All of these things is an exhortation and urges the believer to confidently trust in the Lord with all of your life problems. I don't care what it is. He said, trust and don't fret. Don't get worried. Don't get angry. Keep moving. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Because he said, I never seen the righteous forsaken or my seed begging bread. Somebody need to shout, it's going to be all right. How many know it's going to be all right? Amen. You might be going through some stuff, but you need to know today it's going to be all right, because the word declares that I never seen the righteous forsaken. You got to first examine yourself. Check yourself and see, are you the righteousness of God? Amen, somebody. Because if I'm the righteousness of God, apostle, the only thing I got to do is stand still to see the salvation of the Lord. Because I've never been forsaken. God ain't never failed me. Even when I felt like it, God said I was right there all the time. But how many know in going through some stuff, God is developing some character. God is developing integrity. God is developing some values, some morals in us. Amen, somebody. Somebody need to shout, it's going to be all right. Whew. Amen. Because Elijah says, and answer, do not be afraid, for those who are with us are more than those who are against us. So if God is with you, he is more than the world against you. He is more than those talking about you, lying on you, trying to stop you, trying to block you, don't like you, that hate you. Somebody say he's more for us than those that are against us. David provide, he said what David is doing here, David is giving his testimony concerning the faithfulness of God. Amen. Anybody got a testimony that testify to the goodness of God? Amen. Regardless of what I was facing. David said, regardless of what I'm going through, my everyday life trials and tribulation, whether good or bad, I've learned that God will never leave me nor forsake me. Regardless of by my own might or by my own power, by my own selfishness, God said he'll never leave me or forsake me. That's why he come back and say, I was young and now I'm old, yet I've never seen the righteous forsaken or their children begging bread. Note what David was saying. David said it 3 times. I was young, now I am old, and I have never seen the righteous forsaken. Amen. So David was declaring a statement from when I was young until I now. Can somebody just take a moment, look back over your life and see how God brought you through? Can you look back and see where you used to be and look at where you are now? Come on, somebody. Amen, somebody. And somebody need to give God praise that when I didn't have a dime, now I might have a dime. Amen. When I didn't have a 1 pair of shoes, now I might have 2 pairs of shoes. Oh, come on. Don't despise small beginnings. Amen, somebody. Amen. They are statements of his personal experience. You got to have a personal experience with God. Amen. Can't nobody tell it like I can tell it. Come on, somebody. You need to tell whoever in your house, you can't tell my story like I can tell it. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know my storms. You don't know my trials and my tribulation. David draws from the span of his life experience to make a point. God does not abandon his people. I want you to know today, God has not forgotten you like I preach. God has not abandoned you. Amen. Because I can believe, I can hear David saying this. After all I have been through, I'm still here. Come on, somebody. I'm still here. I'm reminded of an old song that goes like this. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. Amen. I'm glad about it. It's another day's journey, and I'm glad about it. I'm so glad to be here. You know I've got my health and strength, and I'm glad about it. I'm so glad, I'm glad about it. Anybody know that song? I got my health and strength, and I'm glad about it. Somebody need to give God the praise because you're glad about today. Amen, somebody, because God did not abandon you. So I come to remind somebody to give God praise for his keeping power. Amen. After all I've been through, I can still testify to the goodness of God that I got my health, I got my strength, I'm in my right mind, I still have breath, so I got hope and I got love in my heart and I got love in my body, and where I go, I know I need not look behind me, but I keep my mind stayed on Jesus because I'm safe in his arm. Amen, somebody. Can somebody give God praise, amen, that you're glad about it where you are today? Yes.